Hello and welcome to the last episode of the Travel Cuba series. Today we're gonna wrap it up. I was just talking about the Thai, the child or the student that we just passed had. We had similar ties back in the days during communism, so I remember wearing similar tie as a kid. And we are on our way to drop off the SUVs. So again, this is a day trip that you can take in Varadero. It's called Jeep Safari. But as I've stated in previous episode, it's not really a safari, and you're not really driving Jeeps. Those are little SUVs, Suzuki Jimny. And at this current moment, we're driving back to the garage, I guess, where we're gonna leave the SUVs, and buses will take us back to our hotels. We are driving from Cueva de Saturno. This is where we were in the last episode. And this here is Camarioca, a little town. We continued to see horse and buggy. There was quite a bit of them. And since this is farmland, we did see quite a few tractors. And here we are nearing the garage where we are going to leave the SUVs.
The first time we were
I took a picture. If my phone is not dead yet, we'll know which one it is.
sure Mary will be yelling at us anyway.
And here we are on the way back to the hotel. A few words about the trip. This was an awesome trip. Like, I totally recommend you drive through back country in Cuba, and it's you can kind of see how people live. Even if you talk to them, they probably won't tell you. With Cubans, like the situation there, they probably won't feel comfortable to talk against their government or the way they live, but generally speaking, you can see how poor they are, and you can see that they don't have a whole lot. let's just put it this way. But again, it is a great way to see. I think the countryside of Cuba. You could take a trip to Havana, which is probably really nice as well, but you would see like historical places, museums, and stuff like this in that tour. Versus here, you're kind of like going in the backcountry and kind of like seeing where people are, how they live. And you get to see a farm, you get to be on a farm and kind of see how everything is there. You have a lunch on the farm, but not only that, you also go snorkeling in Coral Beach. You would go swimming in a cave, in a little lake or a pool in a cave, natural pool that is, and you also go boating. They call it speed boating. I don't think those boats were that fast, but it was fun. Driving driving boats on the Rio Canimar River. And of course, yes, you get to see the Rio Connemara Park, and there is like a little performance from indigenous people while there. Overall, great day. We had great time, and all of that is available in previous episodes on this series. Please go check them out if you haven't. We have everything starting from the moment the buses picked us up through snorkeling in Coral Beach, Rio Canimar Park, boats, the city of Matanzas, Rancho Gaviota, and swimming in Cueva de Saturno. But we're saying our goodbyes to Cuba. We're leaving. We're going back to Canada. There was an accident on the highway on the way to the airport. And I'll say a few words about the airline here. This was a vacation booked through Air Canada, through Aeroplan. I did use points to pay a portion of the vacation. And we flew Air Canada from Calgary to Toronto, and then Rouge from Toronto to Varadero. And this is pre-COVID, and even back then Air Canada did not have a direct flight from Calgary to Varadero. I believe there was actually direct flight on Sunwing or one of the other companies anyway, but I wanted to use my points, my airplane points, so I had to go with Air Canada. Sound of an airplane taking off sounds like a distant memory right now with this pandemic that's going on and travel restrictions. But yes, we haven't flown. This is the last flight we took basically, and this is more than a year ago. We did do this vacation at the beginning of February 2020. And here we are landing in Toronto, snowy Toronto. It was much snowier than when we left towards Varadero. But so in terms of Rouge, both flights were pretty good. I guess this is the low-cost Air Canada airline. They didn't have any business class in front or anything like that. We were one of the first rows both ways, and they didn't have premium economy either, so we were in regular economy. But that was a little bit surprised that there was quite a bit of a leg room between the seats. So it was a nice flight, pretty enjoyable. it is pretty late at night. We left Varadero late in the evening on Saturday. We arrived there the Saturday before that in the evening as well. And there was a little bit of a mishap at the airport, but I guess this is normal in Toronto. Like, I've had so many problems there. I've missed my flight because of the airport. Like, they wouldn't pull out our luggage because their belt was broken, but they wouldn't pull it out on a different belt. That was a different flight though. In this case, because we were arriving in Toronto like just after midnight, and our flight was the next day early in the morning to Calgary, we had to obviously, arriving international, we had to go through customs. So we took our luggage, and then following signs where to go to drop off your luggage, you would follow them with your card after going through customs and everything, and you follow, and then all of a sudden you come to a door that is locked and we couldn't go anywhere. There was quite a bit of other people as well from our flight, from other flights. Then we started asking around. Of course, we left. Like, we didn't wait there. I ended up going to the regular places where you would drop off your luggage if you were flying from Toronto. The good thing is that the agent there was very nice. They took our luggage, they helped us and everything. But yeah, the experience at the Toronto airport wasn't very pleasant. However, the airline did really well. I'm pretty happy with everything they did. We did fly economy as well from Calgary to Toronto and on the way back. It's a short flight, so we didn't really look for premium economy like as we would usually do. But I'm pretty happy. The seats were pretty good even on this flight. It was all right. And as you can see here, we had to go through quite a bit of de-icing because it was really cold in Toronto. And because of the de-icing, and I guess because of the weather, the flight was a little bit delayed on takeoff. They did catch up some of it during the flight, but yeah, we did have to wait a long time because, as you can see, there are so many other planes. Like, everyone is being de-iced. The de-icing took about 15 minutes per plane. Now, they did have 5 or 6 lanes where they were de-icing, but yeah, planes are going and getting de-iced one after another, waiting in line, and it took quite a bit of time. As you can see, they're also de-icing with different chemicals, different colors of the chemicals. So this is one of the reasons why it was taking so long. But yeah, it was cold in Toronto that day, and we did take off a little bit late, but we arrived almost on time in Calgary. So 2 thumbs up for the airline, Air Canada, and 2 thumbs down for Toronto Pearson Airport. As usual, I have problems there. I've had problems quite a few times. It always seems to be a bit of a nightmare to go through there. Anyways, I also give 2 thumbs up to the Jeep Safari trip. This is an awesome trip. I totally recommend. And again, the distant memory of the sound of an airplane taking off. In this case, we're taking off from Toronto Pearson and heading towards Calgary. And at the end, I would would say a few words about the resort. I've already done this in at the beginning of the series. The first few episodes were just about the resorts. If you're interested, go check them out if you haven't. But yeah, we had a little bit of problems at the beginning. Overall, I would say it was okay. It's a big resort, many restaurants, many options, many things to do. But we had a little bit of problems. For more information, you can check the beginning of our series. I wouldn't give them 2 thumbs up, but maybe 1 thumb up. And this here is Calgary, so we're arriving. A like and subscribe would be very much appreciated. And hit that notification button that will notify you anytime we upload awesome videos like this one. With this, I'm gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you very much for spending the time, and I hope I will see you in a new series on our channel. We'll have many different things coming up. We continue traveling within Alberta, and we'll have more local videos. And as soon as travel restrictions are off, we will be going overseas again. Well, thank you again, and goodbye.